Man, we really gotta talk about the Phillies today. I guess I'm in Parcero Philly. I do cover all 5 Philly sports. Let's do it, man. That is right, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to my channel. I'm your boy, El Parcero Philly, the united of all things sports and culture here in the beautiful city of Philadelphia. Today, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia Phillies getting done their matchup, the first of 4-game series against the New York Yankees. And look, I don't know about you, but I really, truly was not expecting too much from this Philadelphia Phillies team. 8 days since they played their last baseball game. Obviously, we know about the series against the Miami Marlins. It was a bad way to start off this new 60-game season for the Philadelphia Phillies against the Miami Marlins team, who on paper, as per usual, look like the better team, but then fall in these series. And it was simply what just happened last year. And this year, a lot of the same issues that we had are happening again, even though we have a new manager and a couple new pieces. But before we get into this game, guys, real quick, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help your favorite Parcero grow. It would mean the world to me if you guys could do all that. And don't forget that El Parcero Philly YouTube channel is brought to you by Philly Sports Network. Head on over to PSN for all your Philly sports needs. I will leave a link in the descriptions below so you guys can check it out. But don't miss it. Anything from the Philadelphia Eagles all the way to the Philadelphia Fusion and all your college sports here in Philadelphia, we got you covered here. All right, guys, Yankees versus Phillies, the first game of a home and away series against the New York Yankees. And on the mound for the Phillies was Jake Arrieta facing off against a red-hot Garrett Cole, playing his first season with the New York Yankees here. And look, let's be straight up here. Jake Arrieta did not look his best, and this has been an issue since he's become a Philly. And it's crazy that I remember when Jake Arrieta first came to Philadelphia, we were all so hyped. This was like Gabe Kapler's first big signing here. We finally got a big marquee free agent to come to Philadelphia, and it's crazy to think that the excitement that we had 2 summers ago and the excitement that we have now is really not there for Jake Arrieta, and it's crazy how that has changed, but it is what it is. Jake Arrieta, as we all know, had a fantastic World Series run a couple of years. It was like 2015, whenever the Cubs won the World Series. He was fantastic in that series. And I think that we were kind of expecting him to just, come here and not only mentor some of the young pitchers that we have here in this dugout, but actually help us here and give us a little something. But he really hasn't been able to do that here with the Phillies. Jake would finish this game with 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, and would finish with a 5.4 ERA. So obviously wasn't the prettiest of nights here for Jake Arrieta. But I'm not going to crucify Jake Arrieta here. You were talking about Jake, who's seeing his first action in this baseball season in 2020, and going up against a lethal New York Yankees lineup. There's a reason why they are still called the Bronx Bombers, and obviously the Yankee Stadium is a hitter-friendly type of ballpark. But you look over in that lineup, you see Giancarlo Stanton, you see Aaron Judge, you see Hicks, you see Gary Sanchez, and that's got to intimidate any type of pitcher here. And to think that the Phillies, who haven't been playing baseball in 8 days, baseball is really a sport where you need some repetition, you need some momentum going forward. And for the Yankees, they've obviously been rolling, and for the Phillies, we haven't seen meaningful baseball in over a week. So a lot of these things you had to have seen coming. But for Jake Arrieta, I'm not going to crucify him here. And going up against Garrett Cole too. Garrett Cole after this game is 3-0 with a 2.55 ERA, and he's dishing for the New York Yankees. He's dishing. Now, it didn't start off good for the Phillies in the top of the first inning. Garrett Cole was wheeling and dealing, went 1-2-3 in that first inning, and then in the bottom of the first inning, Jake Arrieta would be the culprit of a Mayhew home run. It was a bomb to right field, and that would start the scoring for the Yankees. Yankees would go up 1-0. Then we move on to the third inning. Top of the third, Jay Bruce would take a Garrett Cole ball all to the left for a little ride to left center, and that would draw up the score 1-1 for the Philadelphia Phillies. Jay Bruce getting his first home run of the season, and the Yankees would answer back right away. In the bottom of the third, Brett Gardner would hit an opposite field home run to left field for a solo home run, bringing the score up to 2-1. And then a little later at the bottom of the third, Aaron Hicks would get an RBI double that would bring in Aaron Judge, and that would bring the score up to 3-1. In the bottom of the sixth, that was when Girardi and the Phillies coaching staff decided that was enough for Jake Arrieta, and they would bring in Delois Guerra. And my God, my man Guerra didn't. He came in at the wrong time, at the wrong place. Oh man, Gio. Well, first off, shouts out to my fellow Colombians out there. Gio Ursula, a Colombiano from Cartagena, would hit a 3-run home run, bringing the score 6-1. Ursula looked good, by the way, as well. Shouts out to the MLB getting some good Colombians out here. Obviously, here in Philly, we had Jorge Alfaro for a little bit, but this guy defensively, he looked good on the day for the New York Yankees, and getting the 3-run home run, that was the play of the game, to say the least. And that essentially would put the game away 6-1, but the Phillies still had fight, and you got to commend them here. Top of the seventh, Adam Hazley would single the ball to center field, bringing in Gene Segura, and then at the top of the eighth, Gene Segura would get an RBI himself, hitting a line drive to center field and driving in JT Realmuto, bringing the score to 6-3, and that's where the game would end. The Phillies would fall to the New York Yankees 6-3. Now, although most nights we would be upset with this, for me, this was a little different. We did see a rain delay as well. Top of the seventh inning, we would see a little bit of a rain delay, and that would slow things up as well. But through the fact that they didn't play in a week, we had a rain delay. And what we saw was the Phillies still fighting. I know this baseball team is not complete, and there's a lot of holes on this baseball team, but one thing you want to see is effort, and I think that Joe Girardi is going to instill that with these guys, and we're going to continue seeing that. But there's three things that I want to talk about that stood out to me. Number one, I want to talk about Adam Hazley here. Now, Hazley, he looks confident. Like, he looked good in the Marlins series. He looked good here. He has a 500 batting average right now, and in 9 at bats right now, he's had 5 hits. So he's not looking bad at all. And we remember him, battling out in quote unquote spring training against Roman Quinn for the starting center field position, and he beat him out. He looks good here. Could he potentially be the leadoff guy for the Phillies, because Andrew McCutchen has not looked as solid as he did last season. Now, granted, he went through a serious injury last year, and also, no one is in full strength right now. No one's, coming out here lighting it on fire, especially on the Phillies. You're talking about 4 or 5 months off, and then you play 3 games, and then boom, the Miami Marlins get that COVID outbreak, and then we are off for a week. So these are things that we need to think about, though. But I'm really impressed with what we're seeing with Adam Hazley, and you want to see young players excel here for the Phillies. We need this, guys. We need this. Now, look, everyone is going to point their fingers and talk about one thing and one thing only, and that's the bullpen. And I get it, and I totally get it. Guerra did not come at the right time, and obviously allowing a 3-run home run that kind of put the game away, essentially. But Tommy Hunter and Jose Alvarez didn't look terrible either, and it didn't help when Jake Arrieta leaves in the 5th inning with 3 runs up there, with 3 runs already on the board. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Obviously, Clintac didn't prepare for this. Surprise. And this is something we're going to talk about throughout the season. I don't know how much Brian Price can actually fix this bullpen, and I don't know how much Joe Girardi can actually light a fire to these guys so these guys can get it. I think that Joe Girardi just needs to keep tinkering and figure and just experiment with different things. But it kind of sucks because we're not in a 162 game season. We're in a 60 game season, so there's not really a lot of room for errors, and there's not a lot of room for experimenting. So we're in a tough position. And obviously, other teams are going through not only depth issues with their teams, but there's still COVID outbreaks out there. And the fact that we're still playing baseball in the way we are, with teams traveling to different stadiums, is a little crazy to me. But we're gonna have to see what happens. And again, this isn't going to be the first time we talk about the bullpen, but every night's gonna be a different guy, I guess. And tonight it happens to be Deloes Aguirre. One last point I want to talk to before we sign off, guys, is not a lot of people talked about this, but Jean Segura. Now, a lot of criticism has been given on him. Obviously, we traded for him, and he's a big name guy. I don't like him at third base, honestly, guys. I really don't. Now, there's a kid named Alec Boehm who looked really good in spring training, and I would like to see him get a couple cracks at it at third base, see what he can do in some serious baseball moments. And it's just a thought out there. We'll see. Obviously Joe Girardi is going to continue going with Jean Segura, and Jean Segura did get an RBI there, so bravo to Jean. But I wouldn't mind trying to see Alec Boehm and see what he can do playing third base and batting for the Philadelphia Phillies. So again, Phillies lose again to the New York Yankees. Next we will see them on Wednesday. We will see a doubleheader. They did cancel the Tuesday game due to a storm. A severe storm in the radar, so for precautionary reasons, they're just going to do a doubleheader on Wednesday. Man, the Phillies cannot catch a break early in this baseball season, but let's hope that the Phillies go through these adversities now, so that it can be smooth sailing in next month. So, guys, that's all I got for you today. In the comments below, let's talk about it. Let me know what your takeaways were for the Phillies going here against the New York Yankees. Guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button for notifications, as well as sharing this video and this channel to help me grow. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of El Parcero Philly, and I'm telling you guys to ring the damn bell. I'll talk to you soon.